More than 90 million Americans, 1 in 3 adults, are struggling with sleep. Sleep experts say the average American sleep score is a shockingly low 41 out of 100. Every single night, people take too long to fall asleep, wake up at 2, 3, or 4 a.m., lie there for hours staring at the ceiling, and drag themselves through the next day completely exhausted. Last year, Americans spent $78 billion on sleeping pills and supplements trying to fix their sleep. However, most of them still wake up at 3 a.m. and can't fall back asleep for hours. And here's what makes this even bigger. Nearly 3 in 4 Americans are overweight, and more than a quarter have already tried or are seriously considering Ozempic, Mounjaro, or Wegovy to lose it. But a sleep expert with over 18 years of research says they don't need to. This doctor walked away from a 7-figure salary at one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies in the world because he realized they weren't trying to fix people's sleep. They were instead building a billion-dollar business on it. So he left. And he spent years quietly proving that a simple 30-second cherry trick done before bed restores deep, restful sleep and stops those 3 a.m. wake-ups for good. But here's what shocked even him. He'd proven that a sleep score above 85 out of 100 triggers your body to produce more GLP-1 hormone than those $1,000 a month injection pens are trying to replicate, but naturally, with 0 side effects, starting the very first night. Our colleague Jessica Brown lived this. 6 years of 3 a.m. wake-ups followed by zombie days. Every supplement on the market, even 12 milligram of melatonin, all useless. Plus, she gained 20 pounds that wouldn't budge no matter what she did. Then she found this same doctor who'd quietly run the cherry trick in a 3,400 people study. She used her connections to join the study. Within the first night of trying the cherry trick, her racing thoughts stopped and she slept straight through till morning. Within the first week, the 3 a.m. wake-ups were gone and she started waking up refreshed. Within 3 months, her sleep score went from 47 to 87. The 20 pounds melted off without changing a single thing she was eating. And she says the most shocking part wasn't the weight. In her own words,
I got my life back.
So she did what any journalist would do. She brought the doctor onto her Reclaim Your Prime talk show and made him reveal everything. The exact cherry trick, the science behind it, why it works when nothing else does, and why it triggers more weight loss than those injection pins, without side effects and without spending a single dollar more. And as someone who's struggled with those same 3 a.m. wake-ups myself, I can tell you what you're about to watch changed Jessica's life and the lives of over 36,000 people, and it could change yours starting tonight.
Welcome to Reclaiming Your Prime.
You know that moment your eyes snap open at 3:17 a.m. and your heart is already racing before you're even fully awake? And then the thoughts start flooding in. Did I respond to that email? What if mom's test results are bad? The kids need new cleats. When am I gonna find time? Did I lock the front door? Suddenly, you're wide awake, staring at the ceiling, watching the minutes tick by, knowing you have to be up in 3 hours, but your brain won't shut up. I'm Jessica Brown, and for 6 years, that was my nightly torture. Around 3 a.m., like clockwork, night after night after night. And you wanna know what made it even worse? My husband, who's sleeping peacefully right by me, snoring softly like he doesn't have a care in the world. He hits the pillow and he's out every single night. And my neighbors, they joke about sleeping like babies. My coworkers, they actually complain about having to wake up early, like falling asleep is some guaranteed thing that just happens. Meanwhile, I'm lying there thinking, what's wrong with me? Why is everyone else sleeping fine when I'm suffering in silence? But I discovered I wasn't alone. 90 million Americans wake up exhausted every single morning, struggling with the same nightmare I was living. But here's what's so cruel about it. My body was exhausted, burning eyes, heavy limbs, feeling like I was made of concrete. But the moment I closed my eyes, my mind started screaming at me. It's like being trapped in your own body. Your body begging for sleep while your brain runs a marathon of worries, to-do lists, and random thoughts you just can't control. So I tried everything the experts recommended. Melatonin started with 3 milligrams, then 5 milligrams, then 10 milligrams. And you know what happened? I'd wake up groggy and drugged. I'd have weird, vivid nightmares. And I developed this horrible tolerance where I needed more just to feel the same useless effect. Meditation apps, lavender pillows, magnesium, sleep hygiene, all useless. And here's what made it even worse: the anxiety about sleep itself. Every night as bedtime approached, I'd feel this knot in my stomach. What if I can't sleep again tonight? What if tomorrow is another fog-filled disaster? The fear of not sleeping, that's what made it impossible to sleep. It was a vicious cycle I couldn't escape. I was missing my own life. There's a photo on my phone from my daughter's 10th birthday party. She's beaming, blowing out her candles, and then there I am in the background, slumped in a chair, eyes half closed, completely checked out. I don't even remember that moment.
My sister sent me this photo a week later. Look at everyone else in it, and then look at me. My daughter is blowing out her birthday candles. I was sitting 3 feet away, and I wasn't there.
Too tired to play games with my kids. Too foggy to really listen when my husband talked about his day. Too drained to be the mom and the woman I wanted to be. And then there was the weight. 20 plus pounds that appeared out of nowhere and refused to leave no matter what I did. I've always eaten clean, lean proteins, vegetables, no processed junk, and I've been working out 4 times a week, sweating through spin classes and strength training, but the scale won't budge. My clothes kept getting tighter, my face it looked puffy, and my belly, it just stayed. And my doctor, she shrugged and said, "That's what happens after 40. Your metabolism slows down." But I knew something else was wrong. And the scariest part, I started forgetting things, losing words mid-sentence, reading the same paragraph 5 times and not retaining it. My doctor called it brain fog, but when I finally learned the truth, it was early stage cognitive decline. See, every night you don't sleep properly, your brain literally drowns in toxic waste. When you sleep deeply, your brain has a cleaning crew that removes all the metabolic waste that piles up from thinking and stressing and living. But when you don't sleep well or you sleep too little, that toxic waste, it just sits there building up night after night, slowly poisoning your brain cells. And chronic poor sleep, well, it's one of the biggest risk factors for Alzheimer's and dementia. I was 48 years old and I was literally watching my brain deteriorate. While I was researching for an episode of my talk show, I found out about a sleep study with 3,400 participants who, just like me, they'd been trapped in the same sleep deprivation nightmare for years. A simple 30 seconds cherry trick was changing everything for them, and they were already sleeping like babies once again. And what surprised me most wasn't how fast they fell asleep. It was that those 2, 3, even 4 a.m. wake-ups just stopped happening. Listen to what one of the participants told me.
I've struggled with sleep for years. I tried everything. I think I bought at least 10 different supplements off Amazon. Then melatonin, even up to 12 milligrams, calming teas, those sleep apps. But no matter what, I'd still wake up almost every night around 3 a.m. Then I tried this cherry trick. And honestly, the first night shocked me. I slept 7 hours straight. Didn't wake up once. But what really surprised me is that it kept working. And now, night after night, I sleep all the way through to the morning without sudden 3 a.m. jolts.
That's when it finally clicked. It was never about falling asleep. It was about what was waking me up every single night. To be honest, I was skeptical. After all, I'd tried everything. What could possibly be different? What I didn't know yet was that everything I'd been told about sleep, everything the doctors recommended, everything the sleep industry was selling was based on a lie. You see, back in 1954, 2 British scientists at Oxford discovered the real reason people struggle with sleep, and they published their breakthrough in Nature, one of the most prestigious scientific journals in the world. It should have ended insomnia forever, but instead, Big Pharma buried it because they realized they couldn't make billions from a natural fix. So they invented a fake problem, flooded the market with melatonin and sleeping pills, and built a $78 billion a year empire on our exhaustion. For 6 years, I suffered. And the whole time, the solution, it already existed. So I used my connections to join the sleep study. And that's how I met Dr. Collins, the researcher who put it together. He left Big Pharma because he's been trying to share this breakthrough with the world for over a decade, but was banned by the pharmaceutical industry because it threatened their profits. And he was the one who showed me the 30-second cherry trick based on that 1954 discovery. That very first night after taking it, I felt this wave of calm I hadn't experienced in 6 years. My racing thoughts just quieted. And for the first time in 6 years, I slept through until morning and woke up feeling like a different person. Now, I sleep through the night, every single night. No more 3 a.m. wake ups, no more racing thoughts, no more zombie days. And here's what shocked me the most, those 20 plus stubborn pounds that refused to budge for years, they melted away within weeks without changing my diet or workout routines. Turns out when your body finally gets deep, restorative sleep, your metabolism resets. Your hormones just rebalance, and the weight, it just goes. I'm sharp again, present again, I'm alive again. So far, over 36,000 people across America have used this sleep breakthrough, and their lives have been transformed. And that's why I decided to dedicate this entire Reclaim Your Prime episode to that, because you too can sleep like a baby once again, starting tonight.
For 2 years, my husband and I slept in separate beds because I was tossing and turning all night. I felt like a failure as a wife, like something was wrong with me, like I was broken. Then I tried this simple cherry trick. The very first night, I fell asleep in minutes and slept all the way through until morning. After just 2 weeks, we were back in the same bed. One night he looked at me and said, "I got my wife back." I cried happy tears.
For years, I chalked up my sleep issues to just getting older. I'm 66, and I thought it was normal to wake up at 3 a.m. and toss and turn for hours, struggle to fall back asleep, and then wake up exhausted. But after using this cherry trick before going to bed for just a few days, I actually sleep through the night, and I feel rested in the morning like I did when I was in my 20s. My energy is back, my mood is even better, and my afternoon coffee cravings are gone. My kids and my grandkids even said, "Mom, you are fun again."
My doctor told me that poor sleep was just a part of getting older, and there wasn't much I could do about it. I was waking up 4 or 5 times a night, and honestly, I was scared. I started forgetting conversations from earlier in the day. I worried something serious was happening to my brain. My daughter begged me to try this cherry trick. I didn't think it would help. I tried everything. But the very first night, I slept better. I only woke up twice. And after 1 week, I slept through the night. For the first time in 15 years, my memory came back. My energy returned. I'm 68 years old and I'm back to playing tennis twice a week. My grandkids tell everyone, "Grandma's back." And they're right.
I'm 68 and wasted thousands of dollars on sleep supplements, expensive pillows, even a high-tech mattress. None of it helped. I used to wake up 2 to 3 times a night to pee. And the worst part? I could never fall back asleep. Just lay there for hours, watching the clock. But after trying this cherry trick, everything changed. Within a week, I was sleeping straight through the night. No more midnight bathroom trips. Now I only have to go when my alarm rings in the morning. My sleep is so deep and restful, my wife says I even stopped snoring. It's like my body finally learned how to actually sleep again.
At 52, I'm obsessed with tracking my data and optimizing my health. So I was a little bit skeptical of trying another sleep solution. But my Oura Ring, this thing doesn't lie. Before doing this cherry trick, my deep sleep averaged 17 to 25 minutes a night, no matter what I did. But now I'm hitting over an hour consistently. Last night, I had more than an hour and a half of deep sleep. My readiness score has gone from like the mid-50s to the high 80s, and my recovery is like through the roof. I'm finally performing at the level I know I'm capable of. Even my doctor was shocked at my latest blood work. The data doesn't lie. This simple cherry trick works.
So if you've been suffering like I was, lying awake at 3 a.m., mind racing, feeling broken and alone, watching your life slip away because you're too exhausted to show up, today's episode will change everything. So make sure you watch it till the end. So now let me introduce you to the 2 extraordinary men who changed my life and the lives of over 36,000 Americans. First, joining me is Dr. Andrew Collins. Dr. Collins is a nationally recognized sleep expert. He spent 18 years focused on one thing, helping people finally sleep deeply again. He has advanced training in both sleep neuroscience and biological systems engineering, a rare combination that helps him understand how the brain and body work together during sleep. He's led clinical research in the medical field and worked with sleep clinics across the U.S., helping people restore natural, restful sleep without dependency. But here's what makes his story so remarkable. Dr. Collins walked away from a 7-figure salary in a corner office because when he presented his revolutionary findings about the real cause of sleep disorders to his company's board, they didn't celebrate his sleep breakthrough. Instead, they buried it. And when he refused to stay silent, they threatened him with legal action. So he left everything behind to bring this breakthrough discovery to the people who desperately need it. Dr. Collins, welcome to Reclaim Your Prime.
Thank you, Jessica. I have to say, watching your journey over these past months has been incredibly rewarding. You are living proof of what happens when we address the root cause of sleep issues instead of just masking symptoms.
And I'm grateful every single day. But before we dive into the science, I want to introduce our second guest, Michael Long. Michael isn't a doctor or a scientist. He's a 47-year-old chemical process engineer from Seattle, a regular guy with a demanding job, a family, and all the pressures that come with modern life. But what makes Michael's story so powerful is this. Just recently, he was on the verge of losing everything because of his poor sleep. His job was hanging by a thread because he couldn't focus or perform. His marriage was crumbling because exhaustion had stolen his ability to be present. And most heartbreaking of all, he missed his daughter's championship soccer game because he passed out from exhaustion in his car. But then he was introduced to Dr. Collins' breakthrough, the same 30-second cherry trick that you'll learn today, and everything changed. Michael, thank you for being brave enough to share your story with us today.
Thanks for having me, Jessica. And honestly, if my story helps even one person avoid what I went through, it's worth it.
I know it will. Because Michael, your journey is what convinced me this was real. And Dr. Collins first told me about you, about how bad things had gotten before you fixed your sleep. It was like hearing my own story reflected back at me.
Yeah, it's still hard to talk about some of this.
Take us back. What was your life like?
Honestly, Jessica, I was a walking disaster. I'm a chemical process engineer. I work with complex systems, precise measurements, things that require just total mental clarity. But for about 3 years, I'd been running on fumes. The sleep problem started gradually when I was about 41. At first, it was just taking longer to fall asleep. Then I'd wake up once or twice a night. By the time I was 46, it was every single night.
And this is a classic sleep pressure system breakdown. It doesn't happen overnight, it's progressive.
Right, and like Jessica, I tried everything. Melatonin up to 10 milligrams, nothing. Sleeping pills just made me groggy. I even tried meditation apps, which just made me more anxious because I couldn't quiet my mind.
And meanwhile, your life is just falling apart.
That's putting it mildly. My boss had put me on what he called a performance review, which is corporate speak for one more screw up and you're fired. I was forgetting critical details of meetings. One time, I literally fell asleep at my desk during a conference call with a major client.
And what about at home?
That was even worse. Jessica, my wife, God, she tried so hard to help me, but I was irritable, distant, barely present even when I was physically there. We'd sit at dinner and she'd be telling me about her day and I just zone out. Not because I didn't care, I was just so foggy I couldn't focus.
And then came your daughter's soccer game.
Yeah, that was rock bottom. My daughter, Sophie, she's 12, had been training all season for this championship game. She'd been talking about it for weeks, begged me to be there, front row, cheering her on, and I promised her. I promised.
What happened?
Game was on a Friday afternoon. I'd been up since 3 a.m. I couldn't fall back asleep after waking. By noon, I was so exhausted I could barely see straight. I drove to the field, parked in the lot, told myself I'd just close my eyes for 20 seconds before heading to the bleachers.
Sleep-deprived brains shut down without warning. It's a protective mechanism, but the timing is never good.
Next thing I know, I'm jolting awake, and the sun is setting. The parking lot's empty, the game is over, I grab my phone and there are 47 notifications, 17 missed calls from my wife, 28 texts going from worried to angry to just disappointed.
What did the messages say?
The last one, the one that really destroyed me, she kept looking for you in the stands, even during the trophy ceremony. Sophie had scored the winning goal, her biggest moment, and I wasn't there. When I got home that night, Sophie just looked at me with those sad eyes and said, "It's okay, Dad. I know you're tired," which somehow just made it worse.
Because she learned not to count on you.
Exactly, and that's when I realized that I was losing my family. Not because I didn't love them, but because I was too broken to show up.
So what changed? Like, how did you find Dr. Collins?
Pure luck, maybe divine intervention.
And that's exactly how Dr. Collins entered Michael's life. What happened next changed everything. And I have to say, gentlemen, sitting here with both of you feels surreal because just 9 months ago, I was lying awake at 3 a.m. feeling completely hopeless. And now I sleep through the night every single night. So, Dr. Collins, let's start with the question everyone watching is probably asking right now. Why do so many of us struggle with sleep, even when we're doing everything right?
That's $1 million question, Jessica. And the answer is going to surprise a lot of people watching right now. You see, for decades, we've been told that sleep problems are caused by stress, poor sleep hygiene, or hormone imbalances. And sure, those things don't help, but they're not the root cause. The real problem is that your body's sleep pressure system is broken. You see, your body has a natural system like a battery that's supposed to build up sleep pressure throughout the day. Every second you're awake, your brain is supposed to be accumulating a molecule called adenosine. Think of adenosine as your body's sleep fuel. By the time evening rolls around, that sleep pressure battery should be close to 100%. And your body naturally powers down into deep restorative sleep.
It should be an inevitable automatic process, but after 40...
First, your brain's ability to produce adenosine naturally decreases. Second, chronic stress, which most of us are drowning in, actively blocks adenosine receptors in the brain.
Third, modern life finishes the job. Blue light, coffee, constant stimulation from smartphones, they destroy what's left of your adenosine system.
Melatonin is like turning off the lights in your house. Sure, it signals, hey, it's dark now, time for bed. But if your brain's natural sleep system is broken, if your sleep pressure battery is empty, you're still wide awake in the dark. Sure, melatonin can help about half of the people fall asleep faster, but thousands of studies show it does almost nothing for staying asleep or improving sleep quality and getting deep, restful sleep.
Now, when you are sleep deprived, on top of the fact that you are like a zombie throughout your days, your brain can't clean itself off toxin proteins
that accumulate in your brain throughout the day from normal thinking, stressing, and living.
And these toxins that stay in your brain, those are the same ones linked to Alzheimer's, aren't they?
Yes. That is exactly right. And here is the terrifying part, Jessica. If you're not getting deep sleep at least 1 hour per night, your brain's cleaning crew never fully activates, which means those toxins just sit there building up night after night after night, slowly poisoning your brain cells.
But here's what gives me hope every single day.
When you restore your sleep pressure system, when you start getting real, deep restorative sleep again, your brain can heal.
Which is exactly what happened with Michael when I ran into him by chance and heard his story. 6 years of broken sleep, his job on the line, missing his daughter's championship game because he passed out in his car. I knew immediately. His sleep pressure system had collapsed. We measure sleep quality with something we call the sleep score, from 0 to 100, tracking deep sleep, recovery, and how restorative your night actually was.
A score of 85 to 100, that's excellent. Your body fully recovered. 75 to 84, good, you're getting quality rest. 65 to 75 is fair, you're getting by, but not optimal. And below 65, that's where problems start.
The national average, 41, extremely bad. Michael started at 42. Seeing Michael's situation and millions like him is exactly why I walked away from my well-paid job at a major pharmaceutical company. They weren't letting me help people. They just kept flooding the market with melatonin, keeping people groggy and dependent. I convinced 3 brilliant colleagues to join me.
4 of us, a sleep researcher, 2 biochemists, and a clinical trials expert. Together we have over 50 years of sleep research experience. We knew which natural compounds could restore adenosine production and offer people deep restoring sleep without those brutal 3 a.m. wake-ups night after. we already had a supplement in form of capsules, which we tested on 1,247 participants over 90 days, and their sleep score went from a 41 to a 69. With our capsule formula, Michael improved his sleep score from 42 to 55, sometimes 60, better, but not enough. When you swallow a capsule, it has to survive your stomach acid, get broken down by your digestive system, and by the time those compounds reach your bloodstream, you've lost 70 to 80% of potency.
So when Michael was using the old capsule version, his score was stuck at 55.
Exactly. He was still in sleep deprivation territory, barely functioning. His body was breaking down night after night. The capsules just weren't delivering the ingredients effectively.
But soon, everything changed.
You see, we partnered with a cutting-edge biotech company here in Seattle. They started using this nano-emulsification technology for their supplements. This technology was originally created for pharmaceutical companies trying to make life-saving medication absorb faster. What they discovered was that if you could shrink compounds down to 1/100th their normal size, they could slip directly into your bloodstream through the membranes in your mouth and esophagus. No digestion required, no waiting, no loss of potency.
In the first night Michael tried the nano version of our formula, his sleep score jumped to 72.
Yes, 99% absorption versus 22% with capsules. That's not just better, that's a completely different product.
That's when his body finally started healing. And now at 91, that's elite level recovery. That's the kind of sleep that protects your brain, extends your lifespan, and lets you show up fully in your life. You're basically unstoppable.
Michael got his family back and his boss gave him the promotion he thought he'd lost forever.
Michael wasn't special, he was typical, which meant millions of people were suffering unnecessarily.
Okay, so what happened next? How do you go from helping one person to helping thousands?
This is where fate stepped in again. About 2 months after Michael started using the nano formula, I gave a presentation at a tech conference here in Seattle. It was supposed to be about circadian rhythm disruption in high-performing executives. But afterward, the CEO of one of the biggest tech companies in the region approached me.
I was there, I remember this.
This CEO, I can't name the company because of confidentiality agreements, he told me his employees were burning out at alarming rates. Productivity was down, healthcare costs were skyrocketing, and it all traced back to one thing: chronic sleep deprivation.
And he wanted to help them.
More than that, he wanted to fund a comprehensive study. He said, if what you're saying is true, if you can actually restore people's ability to sleep deeply, I want to prove it, and I want to give it to every person in my company.
Over 3,000 employees.
Exactly. Plus, we recruited about 400 more people from the general public to make sure the results weren't specific to one demographic. Total, 3,400 participants, 6 months, full medical monitoring, sleep tracking, the works.
And this is the study that I found when I was researching for my show.
It was the largest independent sleep restoration study ever conducted outside of Big Pharma. And Jessica, when you reached out to me about joining, I knew you'd be perfect because you represented exactly who we were trying to help. Professional women juggling multiple responsibilities, suffering in silence. Told it was just stress.
This is where Emily's story comes in. Michael, your sister-in-law was part of this study too, right?
Yeah, Emily, my wife's sister, she'd been struggling with menopause-related sleep issues for about 2 years at that point. Hot flashes were waking her up 4 to 5 times a night. And even when she didn't have a hot flash, she couldn't fall asleep. Her mind would just race.
Menopause wreaks havoc on the sleep pressure system. The hormonal fluctuations interfere with adenosine production and sensitivity, which is why so many women in their 50s suddenly develop severe sleep problems.
Emily had tried everything: hormone replacement therapy, sleep medications, even CBD. Nothing worked long term. So when I told her about the study, she jumped at the chance.
And tell us, what were her results of this?
Emily was actually one of our most dramatic transformations. Her baseline sleep score, 39. After week 1, 63. After 3 weeks, 71. And after 3 months, 86.
But the numbers don't tell the whole story. Emily went from being exhausted, irritable, foggy, to being herself again. My wife got her sister back. Emily's husband said it saved their marriage.
And I want everyone to watch it.
When my brother-in-law asked me to join the sleep study, I was honestly skeptical. I, for years, had nothing that had worked for me. I struggled to fall asleep, and once menopause hit, oh my God, everything got worse. I'd wake up drenched in sweat or just lie there staring at the ceiling. I've tried everything: melatonin, sleep teas, even prescription medications, but nothing's helped. But within the first few nights on Dr. Collins' Nano Drops, I slept through the whole night. I woke up refreshed instead of exhausted. For the first time in years, I had real energy during the day. Okay, so now my sleep is consistently great and it's changed everything. I'm calmer, more present, and my relationship with my husband and kids has never been better. Getting my sleep back gave me my life back.
Amazing. When I joined this study 3 months in, I saw the same transformation. My sleep score went from 47 to 87, but over 4 months. And more importantly, I got my life back. No more 3 a.m. wake ups, no more brain fog, no more missing moments with my family at all.
And that's what we saw across the 3,400 participants. 89% reported significant improvement within the first few days. 96% reported life-changing transformation by month 3. The average sleep score increase was 38%. Think about it. The average sleep score in the US is 43, which was very close to the average sleep score at the beginning of our study. At the end of the study, average sleep scores went to 81. The life-changing transformation can happen to you.
And yes, 81, it feels amazing. So when I first started getting those 80 plus nights, I don't even have the words to describe it. You feel incredible, like you're unstoppable. You can go all the way through the evening filled with energy.
Jessica, I need to stop you there for a second because I need everyone watching to understand the stakes. If your sleep score is sitting around 43, the national average, your brain is not cleaning itself properly. Night after night, toxic proteins are building up. The same toxic proteins linked to Alzheimer's and dementia. And the research shows that after years of this
is what terrified me when Dr. Collins showed me my brain scans.
Exactly. The trajectory is clear. Leads to Alzheimer and dementia. But when you get your sleep score to 80 plus, you're literally reversing that damage. Your brain starts healing, your cognitive markers improve, you're protecting your future.
Oh my God, Dr. Collins, if you put it that way, I hope everyone watching realizes this isn't just about sleeping better tonight. It's about protecting your brain for the next 20, 30, 40 years. And now I know what you're thinking. This sounds amazing, but what exactly is this amazing sleep formula? Because what are these ingredients that are making this work? Why everyone keeps calling this the cherry trick? Why so many people lost weight without even trying? And why this works when everything else fails?
Okay, let me start with the first ingredient, red tart cherry extract, the cherry in cherry trick. You see, for years, researchers thought cherries were only useful for their antioxidants. But what we discovered, and this has been validated in multiple studies now, is that tart cherries contain something far more powerful for sleep than directly supports adenosine production.
So remember, adenosine is your brain's sleep fuel, the molecule that builds up pressure throughout the day.
Exactly. Well, tart cherries also contain high levels of tryptophan, which your body converts into serotonin during the day, and then converts that serotonin into melatonin at night.
So it's like giving your brain the raw materials it needs to make its own sleep hormones.
Exactly. And here's what the research shows. A study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found that people who consumed tart cherry extract before bed saw significant increases in total sleep time and sleep efficiency. Another major study with older adults showed they gained 84 minutes of sleep per night. But here's the most important part. Tart cherry extract stops those brutal 3 a.m. wake-ups.
And this is what everyone watching needs to understand. When you take this at night, it gives your brain the exact signal it needs to stay asleep all night. Not just fall asleep, but stay asleep.
Exactly. And because we use a nano-emulsion delivery, you're getting nearly 100% of these compounds into your bloodstream, which is why we call it the 30-second cherry trick. You take 2 droppers, hold it under your tongue for 30 seconds, and enjoy its delightful taste. And your body immediately starts absorbing these sleep-restoring compounds.
And that's why it works so fast. The night I took it, first night I took it, I felt the difference within minutes.
Now, tart cherry is just the foundation. Let me walk you through the other components. The second ingredient is L-theanine. This is what finally silences that racing mind that keeps you staring at the ceiling for hours. L-theanine has been clinically shown to calm the nervous system without making you groggy. It works by increasing alpha brainwaves, the same waves your brain produces during meditation and early sleep stages. In a study in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine showed that people taking L-theanine fell asleep 32% faster and spent significantly more time in deep sleep. And it helps reduce nighttime restlessness. So even if something wakes you up, a noise, a hot flash, whatever, you fall back asleep quickly instead of lying there for hours.
And that was huge for me. Before, if I woke up around 3 a.m., that was it. I was done for the night. Now, if I wake up, I'm back to sleep in minutes.
Me too.
The third compound is 5-HTP, or 5-hydroxytryptophan. This is extracted from an African plant called Griffonia simpliciophilia, and it's crucial because it's the direct precursor to serotonin.
So it helps your body make the neurotransmitters you need for sleep.
Exactly. During the day, your body uses it to produce serotonin, which regulates mood and relaxation. At night, that serotonin converts to melatonin. A study in the Journal of Sleep Research showed that people taking 5-HTP fell asleep faster, stayed asleep longer, and it felt significantly more rested upon waking. Another study showed 23% increase in total sleep time. Now here's where it gets really interesting. We also include vitamin B6 and B2, but not the generic versions you find in most supplements. We use their bioactive coenzyme forms, riboflavin 5, phosphate, and periodoxal 5 phosphate.
But what's the difference?
These are the exact forms your body uses at the cellular level, which means much faster absorption and immediate activation. Studies show that when people are deficient in these B vitamins, their circadian rhythm becomes disrupted. Their pineal gland in the brain can't release melatonin at the right time, and the sleep pressure system cannot function properly. The next compound is GABA, your body's natural brake pedal.
Brake pedal.
So think of your brain like a car. You have an accelerator, which keeps you alert during the day, and you have a brake pedal, which helps you wind down at night. GABA is that brake pedal, but stress, poor sleep, and modern overstimulation make it harder for your brain to hit the brakes. Research shows that people with chronic sleep issues have lower GABA activity. Their brain stays stuck in alert mode when they should be winding down. Studies have shown that supplementing with GABA reduces the time it takes to fall asleep by 20%, while also increasing deep, slow wave sleep, the phase responsible for full body restoration. The next ingredient is magnesium glycinate.
Well, I've tried magnesium before and it didn't help.
Well, that's because not all magnesium is the same. Most cheap magnesium supplements don't cross into the brain. That's why we use magnesium glycinate. It's a highly bioavailable form. Over a dozen studies show that this specific form not only helps you fall asleep faster, but also increases time spent in restorative deep sleep. The phases responsible for healing, fat burning, and memory consolidation.
Wait, fat burning during sleep?
We're going to come back to that in a moment. It's a big part of why so many people lose weight once they start taking this formula. But first, let me finish that ingredient list. Next is apigenin, a plant compound found naturally in chamomile. It acts as your brain's GABA receptors, the same calming pathway we just talked about. Multiple studies show that apigenin reduces sleep latency and promotes higher sleep efficiency. More time asleep, less time tossing and turning. Then we have lemon balm extract. For centuries, people have used lemon balm tea as a bedtime remedy, and now we know why. It reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that spikes in the middle of the night and jolts you awake at 3 a.m. One study found that 85% of participants taking lemon balm reported significant improvement in insomnia. And finally, we include a precise dose of melatonin. But here's what's critical. We use only 0.9 milligrams.
That's it. Most melatonin supplements are 5 milligrams or 10 milligrams.
And that's exactly the problem. Most people are using melatonin all wrong. They're taking way too much. Through extensive testing, we found that 0.9 milligrams is the precise amount that works with your natural sleep cycle, not against it. This dosage mimics your body's natural melatonin production curve. Any more, and you override your natural system, leading to morning grogginess and tolerance. Any less, and you don't get the full benefit. At 0.9 milligrams, we saw optimal sleep architecture, proper cycling through all sleep stages without any hangover effect.
And this is why none of the people who take this formula feel groggy in the morning?
Exactly. The 0.9 signals your brain it's time to sleep, while all the other compounds make sure your body actually follows through with deep restorative sleep.
So that's the cherry trick everyone's been talking about.
And one more thing people love, their sleep efficiency skyrockets. Sleep efficiency is the percentage of time you're actually asleep versus just lying in bed. Most people with poor sleep are under the 60 to 70% mark. But with U-Sleep, our clients jump into the 85 to 95% range, which is elite. Restorative sleep and their sleep tracker is showing this night after night.
Okay, Dr. Collins, now you need to explain something I think is going to blow everyone's mind. Because when I started using this formula, not only did my sleep transform, but I lost 22 pounds without even changing my diet or workout routine, even though I've been trying to lose them for years with zero results.
Same here. 28 pounds, just melted off.
What's happening in the body that makes this possible?
This is one of my favorite parts to explain because it shows how interconnected everything in your body really is. All right, so when you sleep deeply, and I mean truly deep, restorative sleep, your body produces something called GLP-1.
GLP-1. Isn't that the hormone that everyone's talking about with Ozempic?
Exactly. GLP-1 is a hormone that regulates appetite, blood sugar, and fat metabolism. Ozempic and similar drugs artificially increase that GLP-1 to suppress appetite. But here's what most people don't know. Your body naturally produces GLP-1 during deep sleep.
Wait, so deep sleep triggers the same hormone that Ozempic gives you?
Yes, when you sleep properly, your body naturally releases GLP-1, which tells your brain you're satisfied, reduces cravings for sugar and junk food, and signals your body to burn stored fat for energy. But when you're sleep deprived, your GLP-1 production plummets, and your body compensates by increasing ghrelin, the hunger hormone.
So that's why I was always reaching for the sugary snacks in the afternoon, and my body was just desperate for energy because I wasn't sleeping.
Exactly, and it gets worse. When you're sleep deprived, your cortisol levels stay elevated, your insulin sensitivity drops, and your body goes into survival mode, storing every calorie as fat. But when you restore deep sleep, everything reverses. GLP goes up, ghrelin goes down, cortisol normalizes, insulin sensitivity improves, and your metabolism literally switches from store fat mode to burn fat mode.
That's exactly what happened to me. Within 3 weeks of sleeping properly, I noticed my afternoon snack cravings disappeared. I wasn't reaching for candy or energy drinks anymore, and the weight just started coming off, especially around my belly.
And I experienced this same thing. 22 pounds, I just lost them. I wasn't dieting, I wasn't counting calories, my body just rebalanced.
And this is what we saw across 3,400 person study. 67% of participants reported unintentional weight loss within the first 3 months. Average weight loss was 18 pounds without changing their diet or exercise.
Remember when you did my blood work? You said my metabolic markers look like someone 10 years younger.
Yes, because your whole body transformed.
So better sleep means natural GLP-1 production, which means natural weight loss, right?
And it's not just weight loss. People reported clear skin, better mood, sharper memory, less aches and pains. Because when your body finally gets the deep sleep it needs, everything starts working the way it's supposed to. Your immune system strengthens, your inflammation markers drop, your hormone levels rebalance, your brain clears out toxic waste.
And this is why, after experiencing this transformation for myself, after seeing Michael's life change, after watching thousands of people in Dr. Collins' study get their lives back, I knew I had to share this on my show because this isn't just about sleep, it's about reclaiming your health and your energy and your life.
And that's why we decided to make this sleep breakthrough available to everyone who needs it.
Yes, after everything that Dr. Collins and his team went through to develop this, after walking away from Big Pharma, after perfecting the nano delivery system, we knew that we had to get this into people's hands.
So we created U-Sleep, the first and only nano-enhanced natural sleep formula designed to fully restore your sleep pressure system and allow you to sleep like a baby once again.
Just 2 droppers of this yummy liquid 30 minutes before bed transformed my life. This is what saved Michael's family. This is what's already helped over 36,000 Americans sleep deeply again. And today, you can try it for yourself. But before that, let's hear from some people who have used U-Sleep and changed their lives.
Before U-Sleep, my husband and I had been sleeping in separate beds for almost 2 years. I was tossing and turning all night, waking up constantly, never really resting. And after a while, it was just easier for him to sleep in the other room. But emotionally, it was devastating. I felt like I was failing as a wife, like something was wrong with me. After I started using U-Sleep, the change was immediate. I began falling asleep quickly, and I stayed asleep. The restless nights stopped. Within 2 weeks, we were back in the same bed again. One night he looked at me and said, "I feel like I got my wife back." That moment meant everything to me.
I thought being exhausted 24/7 was just a part of getting older. Between the night sweats, hot flashes, and constant fatigue, no matter how early I went to bed, I'd still wake up feeling like I hadn't slept at all. I was irritable, impatient, and running on fumes. My poor family was getting the worst version of me. And then I was recruited into the U-Sleep study. Now, I was skeptical, but I'd already tried everything from hormone therapy to meditation apps. Within a week, my Whoop band showed a real measurable improvement. My sleep debt dropped by 37%, and my recovery scores shot up 22%. And for the first time in years, I woke up with energy. The night sweats don't wake me up as often, and when they did, I actually fell asleep instead of staring at the ceiling for hours. My afternoon crashes are gone, my patience is back, and my husband said, "I haven't seen you this happy for years." It's true. For the first time, I really feel like me again.
For years, I was waking up to pee in the middle of the night, and then I couldn't get back to sleep no matter what I tried. But once I started taking U-Sleep, I sleep through the nights, each night, and I only have to go in the morning. I am resting so well that my wife says I even stopped snoring.
For years, I was waking up 4 or 5 times every night. I couldn't think clearly during the day, and I was honestly scared I was losing my memory. My doctor told me poor sleep was just a part of aging, and there was nothing I could do. When my daughter bought me 6 bottles of U-Sleep, I didn't expect much. I had tried everything already, but the first night I slept better. After 1 week, I slept through the entire night for the first time in 15 years. Now, my mind is clear again, my energy is back, and even though I'm 68, I'm playing tennis twice a week. And my grandkids say, "Grandma's back." U-Sleep didn't just help me sleep, it gave me my life back.
Before we show you another success story, I want to point out that it shows actual measurements from her Oura Ring, a $300 medical-grade sleep tracking device that measures everything happening inside your body.
I am obsessed with tracking and optimizing everything, HRV, deep sleep, recovery, you name it. So believe me when I say I was extremely skeptical about yet another sleep solution. I've tried the magnesium blends and the CBD oils, the gummies, the nootropics, you name it. Nothing ever made a dent, nothing in my metrics. But when I eventually discovered that U-Sleep, I figured I'd just give it 2 weeks, just a test run. Well, my Oura Ring doesn't lie. Before U-Sleep, my deep sleep average was a very depressing 17 to 25 minutes. Every night, like clockwork. No matter how clean I ate, how dialed in my training was, how perfectly timed my evening routine, not even 30 minutes. And I felt it. I had low energy, I was foggy in my focus, and a weak recovery. But after just 2 weeks with my little U-Sleep, I'm consistently clocking over an hour of deep sleep every night. Last night, I had over an hour and a half of deep sleep. My readiness score jumped from the mid-50s to the high 80s. My heart rate variability didn't just improve, it doubled. That alone blew my mind. I know a lot of sleep supplements rely on a lot of hype. But with U-Sleep, the data speaks for itself. It really works.
1 hour and 38 minutes of deep sleep. Sleep efficiency of 90%. Overall sleep score, 85. Optimal. From someone who was averaging less than 25 minutes of deep sleep. Her Oura Ring doesn't know what supplements she took. It just measures what's happening inside her body. And what happened inside her body after 2 weeks of U-Sleep, the data speaks for itself.
Okay, we're running out of time here, and that's why we only played these few videos, because honestly, I've watched hundreds of these testimonials, and every single one makes me emotional.
We receive a few video testimonials every single day, plus tens of written testimonials coming through email and our website. People are just overjoyed. Many of them say things like, "I finally have my life back," or "I forgot what it was like to feel like myself."
And that's not an exaggeration. That is exactly how it feels.
So I have to ask, Dr. Collins, people watching might be wondering, is this something they'll need to take forever, or will their sleep eventually fix itself?
Great question. Well, it depends on the person. About 40% of our clients find that after 6 months of U-Sleep, their sleep system is so well restored that they can stop completely. Their body has remembered how to sleep properly. Another 40% prefer to continue taking it in the long term, not because they need it, but because they love the results and how good they sleep with it. And about 20% use it cyclically, a few months on, a few months off, depending on the stress or life changes.
Okay, and that's safe, taking it long term.
Absolutely. And this is where the 0.9 milligram melatonin dose is so important. Unlike high-dose melatonin supplements that create dependency, This dose supports your natural production without shutting it down. And that's why I take it myself. That's why Jessica takes it every night. And that's why Michael's been using it for over 12 months straight.
No tolerance, no dependency, no nightmares, just consistent, great sleep.
In fact, we're developing U-Sleep Light with only 0.3 milligrams of melatonin and even a version with 0 melatonin for people who want ultra long-term maintenance after their initial 6-month restoration.
So this isn't a temporary fix.
No, this is a lifetime solution.
So now comes the most important question. How can you experience this same transformation? Now, before we talk about how my viewers can get access to U-Sleep, I want you to understand something important. Dr. Collins, how much does the average person spend trying to fix their sleep?
Well, let me show you the real numbers, Jessica. Based on data from the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, Consumer Reports, and pharmacy spending data, the average American struggling with sleep spends $1,680 per year on prescription sleep medications. That's $140 a month. $750 or more on sleep specialists, and that's just for 3 visits. $2,400 on premium mattresses that don't actually fix the problem. $1,825 per year just on extra coffee to stay awake during the day. That's $5 a day. Total, $6,655 per year, and you still wake up feeling like garbage.
$6,655 to stay exhausted, foggy, and miserable.
And I spent all of that, every penny, but nothing worked until I found Dr. Collins.
Which is why we decided to bring this U-Sleep to the public. We knew we had to make it accessible. Now, here's what's important to understand. For U-Sleep to completely restore your sleep pressure system, you need to take it consistently for 3 to 6 months. That's what the research shows. Most people experience significant improvements within the first week, with some right from the very first night they take it. Better sleep, more energy, clearer thinking.
I've tried so many sleep products over the years, and honestly, most of them either didn't work or stopped working after a few nights. So I didn't expect much with U-Sleep. But the first night I used it, I slept 7 hours straight. Didn't wake up once. And I remember thinking, okay, maybe I just got lucky. But then it happened again the next night, and the night after that. And now, it's just normal for me. I sleep through the night. I wake up feeling clear and rested, like I actually slept. No more 3 a.m. wake-ups. No racing thoughts. Just sleep.
But the full transformation, where your sleep system is completely reset and stable, that takes 3 to 6 months.
And that's when everything else changes too. The weight loss, the health improvements, all of it compounds.
So what should people expect in terms of pricing?
Well, when you consider that this formula contains 10 premium ingredients, all in their most bioavailable forms, using cutting-edge nano-emulsion technology that gives you 99% absorption compared to regular capsules that only have around 20%. Made in an FDA-registered, GMP-certified facility with 7 stages of purity testing, we could easily charge $149 per 1 month supply.
And honestly, that would still be a bargain.
Because here's what most people never stop to think about. The average cost of a single year in memory care for an Alzheimer's patient is $105,000. One stroke rehabilitation, between $50,000 and $150,000. And the cost of early onset dementia to a family, not just in dollars, but in years of caregiving, lost income, and watching someone you love slowly disappear. There's no number big enough for that, and I've shown you today that chronic poor sleep is one of the single biggest drivers of exactly those outcomes. So when you think about what U-Sleep actually does for you, you're not buying a sleep supplement. You're protecting your brain, your family, your future. But here's the truth. We didn't create U-Sleep to become rich. We created to help people who are suffering so they can enjoy every minute of their lives with their families. So instead of $149 per bottle, we're offering U-Sleep for only $99 per 1 month supply. But today, for your viewers, Jessica, we are offering it at a fraction of that cost.
How much?
With our best value package, the 6-month supply, you pay just $39 per bottle, which is enough to last you a full month.
$39?
I know. I know, only $1.30 per day. Less than a gas station coffee. 83% less than your daily Starbucks rung. 90% less than prescription sleep meds. 94% less than seeing a sleep specialist.
And unlike all that other stuff, U-Sleep actually fixes your sleep pressure system.
So why is the 6-month package so heavily discounted?
Because the research shows that's what it takes for complete restoration. After 6 months, most people maintain healthy sleep patterns without needing supplements. We want you to actually reach that finish line, not just get a glimpse of it.
And you get free shipping and some amazing bonuses with the 3 and 6 month supply packages.
Yes. Now over 80% of our customers choose the 6-month package. And that's what I'd recommend too, because that's when you see the full transformation.
I used to rely on coffee just to function, multiple cups just to get through the day. And then I'd crash hard in the evening, only to wake up multiple times during the night and struggle to fall back asleep. But after I started using U-Sleep, everything changed. Now I sleep so deeply and wake up genuinely refreshed, like my body finally remembers how to recharge itself. And without even trying, I dropped 2 dress sizes. It's like my body stopped clinging to all that stress weight. I feel lighter. I feel more energized and wide awake naturally. Even my hair looks better. I just wish I would have found U-Sleep years ago.
And you're locking in the lowest price per bottle, just $39, a savings of $360.
Is there any guarantee?
Of course, you're not taking any risk here because every order comes with an ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee.
That's right. You can try U-Sleep for a full 60 days. If you're not astonished by how great your sleep gets, if you're not waking up refreshed every morning, or if you don't feel the transformation in your energy, in your focus, and your health, just let us know within 60 days and we'll refund every single penny, no questions asked.
And you don't even have to return the bottles?
Nope, keep them. We're that confident U-Sleep will change your life.
Think about it. You have 60 days to see if this works for you. That's 8 weeks. Most people feel the difference in the first 3 to 7 days, with some right in the very first night they take U-Sleep. So you literally have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Better sleep, more energy, sharper focus, natural weight loss, your life back.
But I do need to be honest about something.
What's that?
We can only produce U-Sleep in limited batches. The nano-emulsification process requires specialized equipment. We can only process about 400 bottles per batch, and our 7-stage purity testing takes 21 days per batch, which means we can only produce new inventory every 4 to 6 months.
And at these prices, it goes fast.
Right now, we have under 500 bottles left in our warehouse. I know the timing is crazy since we get a lot of exposure through this talk show, but something unexpected just happened. A few days ago, a tech founder whose team has been testing U-Sleep internally sent a company-wide message recommending it. They have over 7,000 employees, and a lot of them ordered the 6-month supply, so our inventory dropped almost overnight.
Which is why, if you're watching this and you're thinking, I need this, you need to act now, because once these remaining bottles are gone,
it could be months before we have more inventory. And you don't want to be lying awake at 3 a.m. 3 months from now, wishing that you'd ordered when you had the chance.
Now, before you order, there's something important that you should know. Amazon has contacted us multiple times asking to sell U-Sleep on their platform. Walmart reached out too. They see the reviews, the demand, the transformations, they want a piece of it.
So why don't you sell it there when you reach more people?
Here's the problem. If we sold through Amazon or Walmart, because of their fees and markups, your $234 6-month supply, that would cost $400 to $500. Plus, we lose control over storage conditions, shipping speed, and product freshness. We developed U-Sleep to help people, not to maximize profits. That's why we only sell directly through our website. No middleman, no markups, no compromises on quality. You get the lowest possible price, and we ensure every bottle stored properly and shipped fresh.
So people can't buy this on Amazon?
Not now. And honestly, maybe never. Because the moment we go through retailers, the price doubles and we lose quality control. Could we eventually expand to help more people? Maybe. But right now, the only way to get U-Sleep is right here by clicking the Add to Cart button below this video.
And honestly, you get the best price directly from the source. No counterfeits, no expired bottles sitting in a warehouse, just the real thing shipped to your door within 24 hours.
So great. Now, there's one more thing I want to share with you. Something that makes this decision even more meaningful. Michael, tell them about the Philippines.
Well, a few months ago, I came across a Facebook post about millions of kids in the Philippines who go to bed hungry every single night. And when I saw their faces, these beautiful little kids, I thought about my daughter, Sophie. I imagined her going to bed with an empty stomach, and I couldn't shake it.
Michael came to me and said, we have to do something.
So we partnered with an incredible organization called Feeding Filipino Kids. We visited their offices, met the team, saw the work that they're doing, and we set up an automatic system in which a percentage of every dollar we earn from U-Sleep goes directly to feeding these children.
It's automated, and the money is transferred to their account automatically. No delays, no bureaucracy, direct impact.
So when you invest in You Sleep today, you're not just transforming your own sleep and health, you're giving a hungry child in the Philippines a hot, nutritious meal.
The more success we have, the more lives we can touch. Your sleep, your health, and millions of children's futures all connected.
So choose your package below and know that you're part of something bigger.
There's one more thing I want to mention.
What's that?
When you order the 3-month or the 6-month supply package, we're including 3 exclusive bonuses.
Oh, I love these. Tell us about the bonuses.
The first one is our complete sleep stories collection, the Wind Down Routine Bundle, which brings back the magic of falling asleep like a child, safe, calm, and completely at peace. Inside are 11 soothing bedtime stories in both ebook and audio format, each carefully crafted to quiet your racing thoughts and guide you into deep, natural sleep, just like when someone used to read to you and the world faded away. Just take 2 droppers of You Sleep, close your eyes, press play on any story, and let the soothing narration ease you into sleep. 1 deep breath and you're already drifting, gently, effortlessly, into the most restorative sleep you've had in years. According to how much energy I put into these stories, so they actually calm your racing mind, they're worth at least $97, but you get them for free with your You Sleep order.
I love these, by the way. It's like having someone read you a bedtime story.
Bonus number 2 is Younger and Happier While You Sleep. This is my anti-aging guide with science-based nightly rituals designed to reprogram your subconscious mind, so even your dreams start lifting you up. These methods help you release stress, shift your self-image, and plant positive emotional cues before bed. The result? You wake up feeling younger, more confident, emotionally recharged, and full of a quiet kind of happiness that lasts days.
This one's fascinating. It's like therapy while you sleep.
Bonus number 3, popular bedtime snacks that trigger 3 a.m. wake-ups. During my 18 years of research, I discovered something shocking. Certain healthy bedtime snacks cause subtle insulin spikes that disturb your sleep, making it harder for You Sleep's nutrients to keep you in deep rest. This guide shows you exactly which foods to avoid before bedtime, and what to eat instead to keep your blood sugar steady all night long and your sleep more deep and more restorative than ever.
So that's over $150 worth of bonuses completely free with the 3 and 6 month supply.
Exactly. And they're yours to keep, even if you return You Sleep.
Honestly, I'd pay for these bonuses alone. They make such a huge difference for me.
Before we wrap up, I want to ask something important. Dr. Collins, for someone who's watching today, and they're struggling with sleep, but might be hesitating. Maybe they've tried everything before, maybe they're skeptical. What would you say to them?
Jessica, that's a profound question, and I want to answer it with complete honesty. When someone continues to struggle with chronic poor sleep, particularly after 40, they're not just dealing with fatigue, they're facing a progressive neurological decline that worsens with each passing night. These toxic proteins we discussed, the ones that build up in your brain when you don't get deep sleep, they don't just stay there. They accumulate, they spread. They destroy brain cells permanently. By age 60, most people with chronic sleep problems have lost over 40% of their cognitive function. This leads to what we call cognitive quicksand, where memory loss, brain fog, and mental decline become not just likely, but virtually inevitable. But the consequences go far beyond just forgetting names or losing your keys. The inflammation from poor sleep silently damages your heart, your immune system, your metabolism. Energy levels don't just drop, they collapse completely. Weight gain accelerates beyond control, and the risk of Alzheimer's and dementia more than doubles. I've seen patients suffer massive strokes with no warning, just years of poor sleep destroying blood vessels in their brain. Others who have developed early, onset of dementia in their 50s because their brain never had a chance to clean itself. Many develop such severe brain fog they can no longer work, can no longer drive, can no longer be the person their family needs them to be. The same toxic proteins that should flush out during deep sleep instead accumulate, destroying memory centers, emotional regulation, cognitive processing, and, perhaps most devastating, the quiet resignation when someone realizes they're losing themselves. When they can't remember their grandchild's name, when they start repeating the same stories, when they see the worry in their spouse's eyes. Michael was headed down this exact path before we started working together. I've seen thousands of others in the same situation. The hardest truth I can share is this: doing nothing isn't neutral. Every night of poor sleep is another night your brain can't clean itself. Another night toxic proteins accumulate. Another step toward irreversible cognitive decline. And here's what breaks my heart. I've worked with patients who've waited too long, whose brain damage had progressed so far that even perfect sleep could not fully reverse it. That's why I feel such urgency about You Sleep. It's not just about sleeping better tonight. It's about protecting your brain, your future, your ability to be you for the next 20, 30, 40 years. So if you're watching this, please don't wait until you're showing symptoms. Don't wait until your family starts noticing the changes. Choose your package below and click Add to Cart button now.
Not because we need your business, but because your brain needs this protection tonight.
Michael, you've lived through this. What would you say to someone who's hesitating?
I would tell them I understand their hesitation completely. I was exactly where they are, skeptical, exhausted, and afraid of another disappointment. But I would also tell them this. When I missed Sophie's soccer game and saw the disappointment in my daughter's eyes, I realized I wasn't just tired. I was disappearing. The man my wife married, the father my daughter needed, he was gone, replaced by this fog-brained, irritable stranger who could barely function. I snapped at my wife for asking simple questions because my brain couldn't process information anymore. I watched promotions at work go to younger colleagues because I couldn't think clearly in meetings. U-Sleep didn't just fix my sleep, it gave me back my mind, my energy, my relationships, my life. If you're watching this thinking your situation is hopeless, if you've tried everything and nothing worked, if you're starting to accept that this is just getting older, please hear me. I was sleeping 3 to 4 broken hours a night. My brain fog was so bad I couldn't remember conversations from an hour earlier. I had given up on myself. If U-Sleep could work for me, someone who's seen beyond help, it absolutely can work for you. So if you're struggling with sleep that's destroying your health, if your energy is gone and your mind feels cloudy, if you're starting to lose hope that anything will ever work, U-Sleep will save you the way it saved me. I went from barely functioning to feeling sharper and more alive than I have in 20 years.
And I need to say something really important here. I did not make this whole show about U-Sleep because I'm being paid. I don't get any commissions. The reason I've done it is because U-Sleep changed my life. I was the one hosting the show who could barely stay awake during filming, who'd drink 6 cups of coffee just to make it through a taping, who'd go home and cry because I was so exhausted I couldn't enjoy my own life. I was always anxious before going to bed because I knew I would wake up again around 3 a.m. and I would not be able to fall asleep for hours. U-Sleep changed all that and gave me my nights and energy back, my clarity back, my joy and peace of mind back. And that's why I did it, because I genuinely believe U-Sleep can change your life the way it changed mine.
And so remember, you have absolutely nothing to lose except for those sleepless nights that are stealing your life. So with our 60-day money-back guarantee, you can try U-Sleep completely risk-free. If it doesn't transform your sleep, your energy, your mental clarity, just let us know. Full refund, no questions asked. But here's what I know from working with over 36,000 people. You don't need that refund because this works. The science has proven the results are real. And unlike other sleep aids that create dependency, you can use U-Sleep for the life with zero tolerance, zero withdrawals, zero nightmares, zero side effects. In fact, 94% of people who try U-Sleep never stop using it. Not because they're dependent, but because they never want to go back to those sleepless, foggy, exhausted nights. In fact, we're already developing U-Sleep Light with only 0.3 milligrams of melatonin and a version with zero melatonin for long-term maintenance. Once your sleep system is fully restored after 6 months, many people transition to the light version for ongoing support. Think about that. Most sleep solutions are temporary band-aids. U-Sleep is scientifically designed to work for decades.
So imagine this. Waking up tomorrow, feeling actually rested for the first time in years. Imagine your brain working clearly again, remembering names, following conversations, thinking quickly. Imagine having the energy to show up fully for your family, your work, your life. Imagine protecting your brain from Alzheimer's and dementia. Imagine living the next 30 years with mental clarity instead of cognitive decline. That's not fantasy. That's what happens when you fix your sleep. And fixing your sleep starts tonight with 2 droppers of U-Sleep 30 minutes before bed.
So, to recap, U-Sleep contains 10 scientifically proven ingredients in their most bioavailable forms, using cutting-edge nano-emulsion technology for 99% absorption, with only 0.9 milligrams of melatonin, so there's no dependency, no tolerance, and no nightmares. It restores your sleep pressure system at the root level and allows your brain to clean itself of toxic proteins every night, and protects you from cognitive decline and dementia. Today, you can get the 6-month supply, the complete transformation package, for just $39 per bottle. That's $1.30 per day, less than a cup of coffee, to protect your brain and reclaim your life. And it's all backed by an ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. Plus, and this is important, a portion of every purchase goes to feeding starving children in the Philippines. So you're not just changing your own life, you're changing lives around the world. Dr. Collins, Michael, thank you for sharing this with everyone today, and thank you for creating this amazing product.
You're very welcome, Jessica. It's been our mission to bring you sleep to as many people as we possibly can. Today could be the beginning of an extraordinary transformation for your sleep, your brain, your entire future.
To get your U-Sleep package and protect your brain starting tonight, just click one of the Add to Cart buttons below this video. You'll get a secure checkout page and your order ships within 24 hours. In 5 to 7 days, you'll take your first dose and start sleeping deeply for the first time in years.
Remember, supplies are limited. We only have about 500 bottles available at this price, and once they're gone, it could be months before we get restocked. Don't wait until your brain fog gets worse. Don't wait until you forget another important moment. Don't wait until the damage becomes irreversible. Don't let this moment pass. Don't lie awake at 3 a.m. 3 months from now wishing that you'd acted today.
Tonight, one of two things is going to happen. Option 1, you close this video. Maybe you tell yourself you'll think about it. And tonight, around 3 a.m., your eyes snap open, heart already racing, and the thoughts start flooding in. Did I pay that bill? What if the test results are bad? Why did I say that thing at work today? And you lie there, staring at the ceiling, watching the minutes tick by, knowing you have to be up in 3 hours, but your brain won't stop. Again, option 2, you click the button below. Tonight, you take 2 droppers of U-Sleep, pull the covers up, and for the first time in years, you don't watch the clock. You don't count the hours. You don't lie there bargaining with your own brain. You just sleep. And tomorrow morning, your alarm goes off, and you realize something. You don't even remember waking up, because you didn't. That's what's waiting on the other side of that button. The only question is which version of tonight you choose.
That answer is right below this video. Click the button now. Give yourself the gift of deep restorative sleep and start waking up as the person you're meant to be. Click the button below right now.
Thank you for watching Reclaim Your Prime, and see you in the next episode.